Prosperity mindset. There is a superior mindset that everybody who seek prosperity must have before they can encounter the reality of true prosperity. And this mindset are just three number. And I want us to discuss it very deeply in today's video because one of the problem people have encountered in the line of prosperity and kingdom wealth is the issue of mindset. And today's video we are going to discuss how to develop a healthy mindset that can attract prosperity, because I will submit to you that many people who seek prosperity have a very poor, corrupt mindset about it, especially when it comes to the angle of kingdom wealth. So, kingdom wealth in particular does not just work for people because they engage in prayers or fasting or certain kingdom principle. It's because their mindset was healthy enough for God to see as a fruitful ground where money, or let's say prosperity, can abound. And I've told you earlier in our last video that prosperity goes beyond money. It's not just about money, it's about the blessings of God, and it's about the five components that prosperity lies upon. And as I discussed earlier, corrupt mindset and wrong motives towards prosperity can never produce results. It will only lead to frustration. So I've encountered people who have reported that they have encountered a lot of problems around prosperity because they have done a certain thing that people say you should do. They have paid for seminars, conferences, they have paid for classes, and then they have tried everything the instructor said, yet there's no results. It's not because those people are literally, sometimes they are lying. It's just because the mindset that want to engage these things are just corrupt, especially when it comes to kingdom mindset. Because when you are dealing with God, when you are dealing with things that regards God, you need to be very careful, because your mindset, your heart is the table, is the tray that God will see before He blesses, and we have to be very careful about it. So, corrupt mindset and wrong motives about prosperity will never produce results. It always bring frustrations upon frustration. So, brethren, I show you a more excellent way. So, in today's video, I'm going to tell you how to develop healthy prosperity mindset that cut across the five areas we discussed last video, from your spiritual prosperity to your soulical prosperity to your bodily prosperity to financial prosperity, even to relational prosperity. So in today's meeting and in today's video, we are going to discuss that. So let's get started. So number one, healthy mindset you must develop in prosperity is don't always think how to get money. I know that many of you will be thinking, what do you mean by that? Just cool down and let me explain. Don't always think how to get money. And literally, God stopped me from this wrong thinking years ago, and I began to think differently about money since then. And I found out that it is actually a corrupted mentality that must be cleared out of our mind. When you wake up with the money and your thinking is just about how to get money, already that has already given you a defaulted mindset, a deflated mindset. And it is evidently seen that many times people think of how to get money, the first thing that come to their mind is hustling. That vulgar word, hustling. So they want to try to get into some quick daily pay jobs or weekly pay jobs that will just fetch them what they used to eat. And quite alright, there's a realm, there's a level to that. But if all you're thinking every day and now is how to survive, uh, maybe because of the state of the society or your background or everything, I understand that sometimes when you come from a poor and poverty background, the first instinct of that person is first to survive, not to even live. How to survive the daily hustle. and I understand, but you can't think like that forever. You can't think survival. You can't be in survival mode forever. And survival mode people always think how to get money. So I don't like those vulgar words called hustling. You see, hustling is a spirit of perpetual hardship. It's just a coded word. It's just a systemic word, that a systemic thing that was created so that people will keep pursuing money day and night. So it means people trying to get money at all costs. And also many believers have been trapped because of this corrupt mindset, and they have unconsciously entered the snare of the devil through manipulation and deception. So when you want to be thinking every day on how to get money, how to get money, how to get money, literally, you will see that this mindset does not look uh, suspicious, does not look harmful in itself. But by the time you sit down and check things in a broader sense and a deeper level, you find out that you are having a faulty, and that is why all these years you have been taking how to get money, you have never get it. Number one. Number two, even the few that you get, you are still poor, broke, and bills upon bills take it away. Not because you do anything wrong, but because you just need a change of perspective. So that's why this video comes your way, to help you develop a prosperity mindset. And it takes years to build, honestly. It takes years to build, but when you start, you see that this journey of mindset will help you. So, and I found out that anytime people want to get money at all costs, they are always desperate. So when I see people who want to say, I want to get money, I find money, they are always desperate. They are always willing to do evil. In fact, malicious things, in maybe in theft, in fraud, and even other crimes that prove inhuman. So when I begin to see people who always think how I will get money, how I will get money, I always, sometimes does not look harmful to me, but when I see them say those things over years, I see the desperate, I see the willingness to do anything for to get it. I see, even if you cause them to do malicious things, name it, either crime or theft or fraud or any dubious thing, they will be in for it because their mindset they keep developing over the years is how to get money even at all costs. And that all cost mentality must be conceptualized. If you say all costs in righteousness, I think that give us a other perspective. But when you say all costs as generally all costs, I will begin to suspect you because people like you can actually go and do dubious things to get money, basically. So today I want to show you a more excellent way. Stop thinking on how to get money, because primarily money is not lost. Yeah, you heard me right. Money is not lost. Every single penny that leaves your hand has not relocated back to heaven. It is in the hand of another man on earth. So you have to stop thinking on how to get money. That's number one thing to develop. Before I go to number two, and then this thing I just said, basically you will be thinking that what does this thing really mean? If you say I should stop taking care to get money, then how should I think? Relax. I will explain myself, and I will give it on broader sense. The the search for money must not push us to the extreme of desperation. And this is the careful uh, realm. This is the careful place I don't want people to get into. By the time human begin to get to the level of desperation, those are the times where the world will witness a lot of decadences in society. A lot of inhuman activities be going on. People are going to do all manners of things just to make sure that they get the money at all costs. I remember years ago, I have a friend that always say those things. I will get money at all costs. Before, number one, that kind of thinking does not really get to me because I don't find this serious. I just find maybe you are just trying to, babbling and all of that. And number two, when I get knowledge and I got matured, I understand how hard and how problematic that kind of sentence is. Because for a man to be saying he's going to get money at all costs, that means he's going to go to any length, any length. If it means ritual, if it means to do a kind of thing, if it means to commit a lot of crimes, they will do it. They will do it. So years ago, when this guy keeps saying these things, I don't number one, I don't see any harmful thing in it. Until years later, I begin to see this guy doing a lot of devilish things that you can't anything you can imagine devilish. Begin to do all kind of commit all kind of atrocities in society, begin to steal, begin to all kind of things was happening to this guy. And I begin to feel so this is what this guy meant by I have money at all costs, even at the expense of selling your soul. See that now. And believer must not get to this stage where we are so much desperate about money. We are so much desperate about getting money. And I always give us the caveat. That is why the prosperity gospel people preach around is just gospel of lust and love of money. You see, believers we have limitations. We have boundaries. There is a contentment message that is attached to your seeking of money, because Bible already told you that there is no money you want to gain in this world. It's only end in this world. So don't kill yourself over things that are temporal, that are ephemeral in nature. Practically, the years of a man, the strength of a man is 70 years. Every 70 years downward is a very sharp decline in strength. That even if you have enough of money, you will be able to enjoy it like the days of your youth. You see that now. So we should be able to contain contentment into our message. And when I begin to see people who are beginning to develop this kind of attitude, or they begin to say this kind of things, I used to say, I will have money, I will do this, everything that will cost me, I'm going to do it. Now, I always give a rephrase to it that you go and do everything you know to do in righteousness. I have to put that clause there, quote and unquote, in righteousness. Everything you know how to do in righteousness. So that means if you want to do anything in righteousness, you already have boundary. The faith life already give you a curriculum, the one which you must not pass, the one which you must not go beyond. There is a level to it, there is an attachment to it, and there is a boundary, and there are principles that are aligned. So you cannot do or go beyond certain levels, because those are the things that Bible have provided for you. And any prosperity message that does not preach contentment with it is not a true gospel. Any kingdom wealth that does not bring contentment as a balanced hook, because human does not human one is insatiable. There is a hook you must put at people's throats so that they will know when to stop, at least at a point in time, so that they will not run the race of this life too much and forget their creator. And there is a way that a man can have this money that he need to call God madman, because his soul can be bloated, it can feel puffed off. See that now. So that's why contentment at every time is needed and enough a message for anything that we call kingdom wealth gospel. You see that now, kingdom wealth gospel. And I want us also to understand that people who bring this thing does not only give us balance, we just preach it to us, and then everybody go to swallow it hook like a sinker, and then here we are today. So you must have a healthy understanding that money is not lost. Money is not lost. Every single penny that leaves your hand has not looked back to heaven. is still on earth. Any money you are finding is still on earth. So relax. That that level of mentality first give you a kind of deep thinking of how things work. That means any money, notice any money that you want to have on it is still on this earth. It's still in the hand of some people. And how to take it from them must not be by through crime or any violence means. They are legitimate and righteous way to do that. But you will not get to that deep side of thinking if you have not stopped thinking every time how to get money. And let me balance this as I round up this first one. That if you don't, let me say, if you don't develop a lot of mindset around money, or you your pursuit every day you wake up is just money, 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 money. Number one, something is wrong with you as a believer. Number two, your work with God is not healthy. Because if you work with God enough and you have this kind of attitude or this kind of mindset, a day will come, God will kill that urge in your spirit. God will have to. God will kill that urge in your spirit. God will kill that urge in your soul. God will kill that urge in your body. God will make sure that you are being relaxed about earning money. Although later it will still give you what you pray for or what you want, but God will make sure that He kill that desire. Because desire of a man, when it is not quenched, it brings a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. So when I see a Christian that they are thinking day and night, a week, a month is just only money. There's no desire to seek God. There's no desire to appreciate with God. There's no desire for intimacy. There's no desire for the things of God. There's no desire for prayer. No desire for the word of God. You see that now? That all you just think about is just money. Something's already wrong with you. And let me tell you, Satan will trick you by your lust. He will deceive you. Satan is a great deceiver. He knows how to create weapons to that will suit your loss, and he has a way to cunningly drive you out of God's purposes, because he can see your desires are very corrupt and very, very vain in nature. So be very, very careful around your thinking. Your thinking has to be correct. Has to be correct. It should always be for God first before all that things. That's a correct kingdom pattern that God gives to everybody in this life and even destiny. So you must stop thinking about how to get money, because every money is in the hand of a man on earth, and you must stop thinking how to get money. Rather, you must start thinking on how money will get to you. So the correct perspective is to start thinking how money will get to you, not how to find money or how to get money. Rather, how will money get to me? That is a correct biblical concept. How will money get to me? So you should shift your thinking from how will I get money to how will money get to me? You see that a lot shift now. Now it now begins to make sense to you that these are two different parallel thinking. How will I get money? How will money get to me? It's two different things, and it's two different mindsets. And you find that after 5 years, these two people will have different results. The person that will think how to get money will have his results. The person that think how money will get to me will have different results. That means if you think more of how will money get to me, now you are going to be in a position of attraction. There's what we call law of attraction. In the school of money, they call it money magnet. That means you are a kind of person, you do a kind of thing that attract money. That wherever you are, money does not have any other option that to get to you. You see that now. So you must always be thinking, how will money get to you? Yeah. So and the second thing you must be thinking, the second mindset you must develop now is always think how money will get to you. That's the second thing. After you have stopped, number one, you have stopped how to get money. Now you're quickly now switch to how will money get to you. Now this is one of the baseline of this developing prosperity mindset. Look, God gave me this change of mindset years ago. He told me to start thinking on how money will flow to me easily. So instead of trying to get it at all costs by hustling around, you see that now? Instead of trying to get it by all costs by hustling around or by any hard or corrupt means, because money is a bad master and also money is an obedient slave. When you focus more on how to get money, your attention will totally shift from money itself, or when you focus more on how money will flow to you, rather, when you focus more on how money will flow to you, your attention will shift totally from money itself and focus of things that attract money, like magnets. You get the business now. That means when you are thinking of how to get money, you are thinking of what to do, everything you have to hustle. But when you're thinking of how money will get to me, now you are now shifting focus away from money. You're not shifting focus on things that can bring money. You get the two parallel now. That means when the man says, how will money get to me? Then you now ask yourself a deep question. What do money even like? What are the things that money like? What are the places that money like to run to? You see that now? So you begin to have a healthy developed mindset that how will money get to me? How will money get to me? How can I become a magnet? What can I do? What can I easily turn to that will attract money? So, and you begin to think deeply. And there are few things I've just seated here and then explain. And when you begin to think, how can money flow to me? Question mark. How can money flow to me? Number one, think of what you can give in exchange for it. Number one, you can start thinking from what you can give in exchange for it. And you are going to see that what can I give in exchange for money? What can I give in exchange for money? Now your perspectives have changed, your orientation has shifted. Now there's a baseline you are trying to shift yourself, and you're going to think, okay, what can I give in exchange for money? That's LD mindset. At that point now, you want to transact, you want to legitimize yourself, you want to have money in a legal way, even righteous manner. See that now. So when you go to think of what you can give in exchange for it, is it my skill? Is it my talent? Is it my acquired knowledge? Is this something I've learned over time? Is it what I'm trained for? What can I give in exchange for money? And you need to think, okay, what are people giving in exchange for money? See that now. When we to think like that, we need to think value. What are people give to people that it turns out to become money for them? A very deep, concise, and legitimate kind of thinking. And number two thinking you can get that started thinking of a problem you can solve in the society instead of getting around trying to find money anyhow. What about taking this way that what can I give or what problem can I solve in the society? And when you think like this, you first think deeply and wide, at least at the local level. Your community, what do you lack there? Water, transport, healthcare services. What are the basic human needs that is not available? Is it food, restaurants, anything that you know you can do best? You see, when you solve society problem, society is obliged to return the favor by giving you reward. You can't solve the problem of humanity without them rewarding you. It's not possible. It's against the law of money, both in the kingdom and even what are there. When you solve human problem, human is responsible and obliged to make sure that you are being rewarded for what you done. And this is where people actually miss it a long time ago, because they believe that uh there's a lot of problem in society, but we have turned deaf ears to them because we don't believe that we are the perfect solution to that kind of effect. So we, or sometimes we select and choose. So we choose the one that feel like it matches our ego, or the one that feel like it matches our our personalities rather. But you find out that many billionaires in the world, most of the business they dive into, it never matches who they are. In fact, many of them and the business they do is opposite. But because money flow through it, they manage that area out, and you don't see them always follow passion. It's not about passion, it's about where money is. Start now. It's not just passion only, it's about where money is. So you need to think, what problem can I solve in my community? What problem can I solve in my state? What problem can I solve in my locality? At least at that local level, there is still few problems that you can solve there. So when you begin to think like this, then you give yourself a leverage. Okay. Now at this point of thinking, you now begin to think deeper. Able to okay, what are they lacking in this area? What are they lacking where I'm living in? What are the major problems that people complain about? See that now. So in an area where people complain about transport, then you want to find money or like ask somebody that can bring a transportation down to a place and then can cover people out. See that now. When people complain about water, then you want to dig a borehole or work with water corporation, get your commission out of it, and then you give them what they want and they pay you instead. Also, if you feel like okay, you want to let's say food restaurants, people are finding it difficult to eat good food. You can even though you don't have that skill, you can collaborate with somebody that have it, and then you have your commission. So those are the problems you must be thinking on how to solve. At that point, then you are now thinking or having a healthy mindset of some problem in society. Also, think of valuable and general things that are needed in society but are very hard to get. You see that now. So think of valuable and general things that are needed in the society but were very hard to get. See that now. Sometimes some things are available, but if they are far from reach or they are hard to get, you can solve human problem because of your reduced proximity issue. Sometimes some problem we solve is not because it is not been solved by someone or it's not available. It's just that sometimes some problem can be some some value can be far of reach. Imagine driving 5, 7, 10 kilometers to buy groceries. See that now because your city is so wide and nobody does that in your area, and you find it okay. Let me just open a grocery shop and just find somebody who can a sales boy, a sales girl that can be in that shop, even though I'm not even available to do it. See that now. Now what you are solving is a proximity issue. That means what people are driving 5, 10, 11 kilometers to go and buy, they can buy it at 100 meters away from them. You have reduced them. Now, what they want to go and buy it at that uh, 5 kilometer, what happened is that they spend a lot of money on transport and all of that. Now, that one can be your advantage. Let's say you want the people to go as far as 10 kilometers go and buy something, and they have to spend maybe almost let's say 200 naira or 500 naira to go and buy some things, and then just add 100 naira to what you are selling. That means if they consider how much you are going to spend to buy that thing compared to what you add on your own goods, they will consider you fair enough. Even though they believe that if they go to that factory, they're going to get value cheaper. So that was going to be your advantage. You see that now. So there's some general things that are needed in your community, but they are far away from reach. I remember some things years ago that if I want to get that, you have to get from another state because there's nobody doing that thing. And it used to cost me a lot of money in delivery fees. Sometimes I have to buy some gadgets, but it's not a locality where I am, so I have to find it as far as Lagos to buy some things, and then it usually cost me a lot of money and all of that because of that long distance. Because that is where I can find the original thing or that gadget I want to buy. You see that now. So you must be thinking of valuable and general things that are needed in society, but they were very hard to get. So it's very, very important. So also you can explore what is in you that are not in others. Very, very important. You can explore what is in you that are not in others. There are hidden talents in everyone. There's a gift. I always say it many years ago, even till now, that God does not create anybody empty. When God created you, He gave you His own spirit and He gave you a gift that you make you unique and that you can serve your world and the world will reward you for it. There's a gift, there's talent, there's skills that everybody have that you can give in exchange for money. You see that now. So there is something that God gave to you that you have not yet found. That is why when you go to people who do personal development, what they do, part of the what they teach you is personal is self-discovery. Yes, self-discovery, and I am a advocate of it very well because I found out that many young people does not even know what God has put inside them. But they feel they are empty. And God says no. There is a treasure I've put in every earthen vessel. It's just because they have not yet self-discovered this thing. So they are roaming about life as though God has not settled them for life and destiny. So any human being that have not passed through self-discovery, it is difficult for them to do big things in life because sometimes they will not number one they will not find uh that what they call it now, they will not find that um satisfaction for their soul. No matter what they do, they will not find they will not satisfied about it because they feel that there is a void until that potential, that thing will fulfill. That vision is fulfilled. That's when they now feel like I'm fulfilled. I'm a successful person. Because success is not about making money. It's about fulfilling what you came to earth to do. It's very, very important. Although I'm not teaching on personal development now, but I just discovered that I have to chip that in for that point because if you have not developed what is inside you, you will find it difficult that, or you have not discovered inside you, you find it difficult that you are living another person's life, which God does not make that way. You see that now. Also, you can deploy competence and mastery in your area of assignment and do it in a way people have never seen before. Yeah, yeah. You can deploy so much competence, so much excellence and mastery in your area of assignment, in your profession. And also you can do it in a way that people have never seen before. Sometimes we can try to solve problem that other people are solving, but sometimes we can solve that problem in a way people have not seen before. I always have people like Burger King, for example. Before Burger King came on board, there have been burger in America, but this guy took advantage of these people queuing for 45 minutes, 1 hour to get a burger, that long queue, and also the burger was very there's no proximity. So Burger King came into the market and found that they want to solve two problems. Not because they want to do burger more better than the people that have been doing before, but they want number one, they want to know that burger can be done in 2 minutes. Number two, burger is available proximity. That means in every area you find yourself, you don't need to come from one particular area to come and no, and there's no need for long queue. So you get to that place in 1 2 minutes, your burger is ready, they take it for you, so they have already laid it down. So they enter the market with that mindset, and that's what made Burger King become what they are today. What about Starbucks? Before Starbucks came, there be a lot of coffee merchants in the market, but they came and they rebranded it in a way people have not seen before. That even they even put signature on it for every different country they entered. That's why Starbucks become a global brand. That's why sometimes everything you see people do, it's not because they just do it because of anything. It's just that they do it in a perfect way people have not seen before. So no matter the profession, no matter your skill, there is a level of competence and excellence you can deploy in it that people say, ah, we have been seeing doing this thing before, but we have not seen this in this type before. Let me, for example, people have been an athlete, the sports stars. Let's say football, for example. Every year, every decade, world witness different kind of talents. Not because they have not been better footballers over the years, but some people they are so unique in their ways. The way they do things is just different from others. Not because the ball is different or they are no, it's just that what they are doing is so much different from others. And that uniqueness is what people have known. That level of competence, the level of mastery is what people have not seen. So uh, for example, let's say I used to play keyboard with people used to play keyboard with their fingers, and you two you came on board and able to play keyboard with your fingers. Practically, you are not really doing something really is different. But now, imagine somebody came down and begin to use his toes to play keyboard, and he is playing it perfectly well. That will grab people attention. That before we have seen people have been playing keyboard with their fingers. Now somebody now playing it with their toes. You start now. I remember I saw a video whereby they train a chicken to play keyboard. They train a chicken to play keyboard, and it amazed me how the chicken play the keyboard so well. No, that is worthy of commendable because for a man to train chicken to that level of excellence, it takes a lot of hard work. See that now. So those are things that command people attention, not because they are not seen who have played keyboard before, but because they are seen in a different way that's so different from what they have been seeing before. You see that now. Also, you can think of new innovation or an invention that have not yet been found in society. And for this one, you need the assistance of the Holy Spirit to help you search the heart of the Father for a part that no far knoweth. You see that now. You must learn that um, there is a new invention the world have not seen. There's a new innovation the world have not seen. There's always a deep search, meaning this search industry the people have not yet seen before. When internet came on board, people became wealthy through it. Now there's the advent of AI and robotic. People are already making money through it. That's why there's always a new level of what they call it now, a new level of innovation that the world is evolving into. Those are things that make money flows to you. Because when you do things that are very extraordinary or they are very very difficult for normal human to do, now you have now placed yourself in a perfect position whereby uh, you have the capacity to attract people and also attract influence, and ultimately you attract money to yourself. So by the time you begin to think in this way, that what are the next innovation that can I do, what the next innovation that can I do, what the next thing can I do, that thinking will begin to prepare you to a healthy understanding, a healthy thinking, and you begin to explore yourself to understand certain things even beyond measure. You get it now? So those are the mindset you must have. Mindset about how money will flow to you. Remember, we started from how you stop thinking on how to get money. Remember, don't think how to get money, rather think how money will get to you. How money will get to you. Then the third thing is always think of how money will flow through you. Always think of how money will flow through you. Now, this is the third and the last healthy mindset everybody must develop. always think of how money will flow through you. Now, if you think of on how money should get to you, then you must think of how money will flow through you. That means the healthy kingdom mindset for prosperity does not end with money get to you only. It also proceeds to how money will flow through you. God wanted money to flow through you. You get it now. He does not want you to be the end. He wants you to be the means to an end. I always say it all of my videos that this myopic mentality of everything that I get is just for me. That's not God's standard. That's not God's pattern. That's not how God thinks. You must always learn how to think that money should flow through you. That means God loves a heart, God loves a mindset that knows that this money is not just only for me. There is a portion of others in it. There's a portion of God that give back to him. There's a portion of others who are needy, who are poor, no matter how small it may be. You see, sometimes it does not really warrant how much we even give. Let's be just that the heart that gives, the heart that knows that money should flow through me to others as well. You know, one of the reasons why people have this mindset was because uh, people believe, and you are right, because you suffer a lot to get your money. I understand you. You went through a lot of hardship. You suffer many things, which I understand, which is quite good. But sometimes uh, you are not here. You are not as wise as the God that take you out of that suffering. Excuse me. You are not as wise as the God that take you out of that suffering, out of that hardship, and give you money. That is why the mindset of kingdom wealth is so much different from the world. Because no matter how much you suffer in the kingdom, you will still believe that no man can get anything or except God give it to you. So your hardship does not actually matter as the God that show you mercy, because God can still watch you die the hardship, and it's still God. God can still watch you suffer and still die that suffering, and it will still be God. God can watch you be in poverty and you still die be in poverty. It still be God. But when God show you mercy, okay, and say, okay, you have suffered enough, let me show you mercy. That is not a license to be hardened on others, or to be looking at people, looking down on them, or to be believing that, oh, this is no. There is a level of understanding that you should have, and you should believe that when you are in this realm, people also looking unto you as God blesses you. That's a healthy prosperity understanding. So after you have discovered how money will flow to you, it does not end there. When you discover money will flow to you, it does not end there. Your next assignment is to think on how money can now flow through you, how you can become a current, how you can become like that piping system that draws water from the tank, or for water corporation to every part of the house. See that now? The pipe must not block. If the pipe block, that pipe has become self-serving. But the end product, the assembly of a pipe must not be that it block itself and you to use the water. No, the aim of a pipe is to run the water through the every area of the house, from the bedroom to the kitchen to the cabinet to outside tap, everywhere. You see that now? Every water is needed. The assignment of the pipe is to make sure that the water flow. And I found out that every pipe that makes sure that water flows through it never run out of water. No. When you develop a mindset that I am a means to an end, I am a system, I am a current, I flows, things flows through me. You never run. That's why people, no matter what happens, they never run out of money, because God has seen them as a pipe that can run to many other stream hands. See that now. So your next assignment is to begin to think how money will flow through you, like a conduit. You see that now. So whenever money flows to you and stop with you without flowing through you. It is very dangerous. And note this, when you are dealing with God, be very careful, extra careful. Yes, when God gives to you, God will be watching you. When God show you mercy on your job or your business you are doing, God will be watching you. What are you going to do with the money? He will be watching you. And when God watch you for long, he will just be looking at you and be thinking, okay, 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 this is what you are going to do with me. Then God cannot trust you with more. So whenever money flow to you and stop without flowing through you, that is very dangerous, because if money flow through you, you can never be poor, because Bible says some scatter and have more, but the stingy hand will always remain poor. And you see that the principle of God does not end with somebody have a lot of money and then become Lord of all over people. No, the principle of God is always a shared dominion. That when I blesses you, I want that bless to touch your family, touch your relatives, touch people that are beside you, touch the poor, the needy, the orphanage. In your capacity, no matter how small, you should be able to give out. So when God give you money, He see nations are going to be blessed through you. That is why, and that's one of the things mm, that make money to become hard for many Christians to be, because we believe we have suffered, we worship God, and we deserve some things. Generally, basically, because of the gospel of the kingdom is a complete package. However, sometimes God hates our mindset we develop around money. He does not like it. It's not healthy, because uh, there's a commonwealth goal that God wants to achieve. God does not want, God may not have, or let me say, sometimes because of the impurity of heart, God does not see everybody worthy to be a blessing. Because some people, their adventure for money is just themselves. Their adventure for money is to go and sin. In fact, I always say this thing, that some Christians are far better off without money. The moment money enter their hands, they become a chronic sinner. Sometimes some people, the reason why they were very chaste and pure is because there's no money. When money enter their hands, they began a journey of immorality, a journey of adultery, a journey of all kind of things. See that now. Sometimes adultery and immorality are very expensive. When you don't have money, where do you see resources to go and be lodging somebody in an hotel, or you take somebody on a vacation to go and sleep with them? See that now. So there is a judicial for faith life, and God, because God is dealing with individuals at different level. God knows that some people, they are not yet get there. They are not yet there to handle money. But if money enter their hand, they are going to. God knows that He's going to lose them. That the moment He blesses them, that's the last time you're going to see them. So they are going to become God of themselves. They have not yet pure. The lust in their heart has not yet died. The greediness is still there. The the immorality is still there. You see that now. The jealousy is still there. The anger is still there. The pride that comes with money is still there. So any time God will still deal with them. Sometimes some people have reached that height whereby they have so much work with God. God has helped them to tame all those excesses. Now God can bless them, and also God can use them to bless those people at a certain level. Not because God forgetted those who have not yet blessed, but because He knows that they are not, the money with them is not a better deal. So He rather give people that have reached that height in the realm of the spirit, and then use them as a covering for others. That is why you look at those some people are wealthy in the church, some are not wealthy, because the balance goes on and on. And also there can be a lot of imbalances around it. But sometimes when I study the issue of kingdom wealth so much, I found out that God can use a man who has become loaded, who his excesses have been tamed, and He used that person to a cover up and a blessing to others. And also, in another sense, it is not every believer who have also learned the ways of God's blessing. So, every believer that have learned the principle of giving, everybody that have learned the principle of the kingdom in work. So, people that have learned this so far and they have gone ahead, they can also be a blessing to them. During the time that you are still learning. So there are a lot of balances and branches around it. But I have checked and I studied a little and I found that these imbalances are always there for people who as they are growing up and thereof. So you must learn how money will flow through you more than how money you even get to you sometimes. The difference are always clear, are always different. And also you can be now think, how can money flow through me? Then I can give you few examples here and then we call it a day. So how can money flow through you? I have few things here. Number one is relationship and partnership. Money can flow through you by relationships and partnership. Although these may not necessarily involve money as it were, but time will demand it. But with time, it will demand it. Always strive to put, or let me say, always strive to be part of people's success story as they're rising in life. Seek to partner with many people who have talent, ideas, skill, but they lack men and resources to make their dream come true. Be part of their success story, and they will never forget you. So you must learn how to be part of people's success story. You must learn to be part of people's struggle. If you see somebody who have ideas, somebody who have skills, who have talents, and you see that these talents will not die, it needs partnership. You can put money. That's why investors exist in some businesses, because when you see some business idea that are very, very brilliant and they know that the projection of 5 years of it, if you reach, it will result in maximum ROI. Some people took the risk and invest, and that's actually the reinvestment. The reinvestment is not when you see a company that have already grown over time, they're able to put your money there and see you are buying shares. Although to some extent that's just a stockbroker, but the real investment is that when you see something that infancy, you read the proposal, you read everything, the person that doing it is brilliant, but you lack just to put off the deal, you can invest, you can let the money flow through you. Through that, you are not only saving the business or the person, you are also empowering people that are going to work in that enterprise, or the people that are going to benefit from that thing. So you must let money flow through you. Sometimes when you give to a family man, you don't give to one person, you give to a home. See that now. I remember years ago, where I lived in, something happened very tragic, and then I was praying and I could hear noise in my compound. I said, "What's happening here?" So after I finished my prayer, I came out. I said, the woman that was crying, "What happened?" He said, "Somebody stole all our goods," because this woman was cooking. She is cooking, she's a chef, and she run a local restaurant. And okay, and she was crying because of he always buy food or raw materials of food every day, tomatoes, pepper, raw meat, all the likes, to bring it home and cook for his customer the next day. And then this very day she went to the market to buy. Unfortunately, where he used to keep her goods, the thief just entered the place, carry all the goods, and he couldn't find it anymore. And these are goods that plus a capital and what do you call it now? Plus a capital and profit. Sometimes he used to use it to buy, and this happened to her. So I look at this woman and I feel like this is a woman that is. Uh, I look at her business, people that are working with her. Also, I look at her children taken care of. She's the one paying the school fees thereof, everything, taking care of the house, paying the house rent, paying shop rent, feeding them on daily basis. I know the burden. In fact, to even feed 3 kids is actually a real burden. See that now. Also paying their school fees at every three month interval or 4 month interval. It's a high burden. You see that now. People that are working with her too, they get their pay. So I just ask her, how much is the money? She mentioned the amount, and then I said, okay, I'm coming. So I went out, I withdraw the money in my account. I found the money is not enough. I come and people, okay, send me this money, and they send me some few money. I gather together and I give it to her. She was just happy, kneel down for me. The fact that this woman was much older than me, and I felt embarrassed at that moment. That why should you kneel down? I'm just doing things because I'm not just empowering you back. I'm empowering many people through you because I see people that's working under you. I see the household you are taking care of. I see your children. See everything. I see your struggle. So I'm not just giving the money back to start to get your business back on track. I'm giving many people money through you because once your business is on track, there are many people that are going to be beneficiary of it. See that I'm mentality now. Sometimes when you give to people, you are giving to many people through them, but you may not know. That's why sometimes when you help people, you don't know how far you have done. That's why when you see from people they were over appreciative. Sometimes you are embarrassed that what did I even do? It's not even as much, but to them very much because they knew the people that are going to be beneficiary of what you did. See that now. So you must learn to partner with people in time of crisis, relationship, give to them, all of that. People have come to you and say, please, I need money for house rent. I say, "Oh, I don't have much, but this is what I can give." I've learned that principle a long time. Sometimes people ask me money that I don't have. But I just tell them point blank, I don't have this is a lot, this is what I can give. And they always appreciate it. And that time you come, I need money for house rent, blah 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 blah. Say, "Oh, I don't have much money. This is few I have. Me too, you see that we are all on the same boat, but does not mean that I can't still give little I have. And they appreciated it. And sometimes God always blesses me back in unimaginable way. Now God sees me as a person that if I give this one money, no matter how hard he is, if people come to him, he's going to give out. And I learned that principle a long time ago. You see that now. So if you are part of people's success story, they will never forget you. That this thing I did, so people they never forget me tomorrow. They never do. They never do. They never do. So that's how to learn. That's how money will flow through you. Also, paying your tithe and offering. Yeah, very important. When God give you money, there's a portion of it that God expects back. I understand that the issue of tithing have been grossly abused in the body of Christ. But that does not mean that it's no more an authentic principle in the kingdom. That something is abused, and it was abused because Satan understands the potency and the power that is in it. So he raised up charlatan of people to abuse these things. But I tell people that you may not see me talk about this thing over and over, but that does not mean that I do not practice it. And number two, that does not mean that this thing does not work out or is not a good thing. So you must learn to pay your tithe and also your offering. Very, very important. Very, very important. When God give you money, first you remove tithe and learn how to give good offering. Don't give shameful, rubbish offering before God. God hates those things. Please learn how to give cheerfully, not grudgingly. Learn how to give willingly. You see that now? Learn how to give to God. Learn how to give to God. Very important. Also, helping the less privileged, the poor, and the masses. That's how money can flow through as well. Learn to help the less privileged, the poor, and masses. I remember in 2020, and as the death of COVID-19, I did that time I was also serving as a youth member, and I my office that time as a SCF Revenue Secretary. Our evangelist that time we roll out different evangelism program. I think we roll out orphanage evangelism. Yeah, orphanage evangelism. We went there and then we give to this orphanage as much as we can. Also, We did a lot of street evangelism. We are preparing for prison evangelism before the lockdown came of COVID-19. And I remember these sweet experiences. It's always memorable. In fact, it always gives me joy that I'm part of people's success. And then a year before, I think I've observed a prison evangelism in Osun State in Nigeria as well. So I remember the face of the inmate there. They were so glad to see us. They were so happy, all of that. And very, very important. Sometimes less privileged, the poor, the beggarly, if you give to them, that's kind of thing that God loves so much. He shows the character of God. He shows the nature of God. He reminds God that somebody have my nature, somebody think like me, somebody behaves like me. You see that now. Also, you must invest in charity and evangelism. Very, very important. Very, very important. You must learn to invest in charity and evangelism. Learn to invest in charity and evangelism. Many people they don't like to invest in charity and evangelism. Mission field. There are many evangelists that they have left their home to go and win souls in the field. Sometimes then they leave their job for months, and the space they leave, people leave family behind, and nobody good cater for them. And if they leave the mission field to come and work, so be perishing. That now, so that gap, some people can fill it up if God give you money to do that. The evangelist that have 1, 2 kids at home and wife and is out there winning, so I can bridge the gap and sponsor their children to school while they are quietly focusing on winning. So it will even make their heart palpable and make their heart be joyful to do the work more efficient because they know that the house they leave behind, somebody is catered for it, and they can now go with all full strength, to do what God asked them to do. So I found out in the last day that many evangelists have actually left the mission field to come and hustle at the back at city because their family is of need, and they had to do many things. See that now. So and they can't just close their eyes off and begin to do. So they just have to do a lot of things. They have to. So these are the three healthy mindsets that a man must have if you want to have if you want to walk in prosperity as far as God is concerned. Don't forget for the cap number one, you must stop thinking of how to get money. Number two, you must start thinking on how money will get to you. And number three, you must also think on how money will flow through you. These are the three basic healthy mindsets of prosperity. Stop thinking how to get money, but rather number two, start thinking on how money will get to you, how you magnet it, and number three, you should also start thinking on how money will flow through. If all your thinking are right, then your action will be right because it's from the abundance of thinking, abundance of meditation, abundance of state of your heart that are going to influence the decision you're going to make on things around it. So these are the three major things that you must work on. And I believe that you have your value for time. I have understand these things on basic terms. And next time I come your way, we are going to also talk about many things about prosperity. But before then, do it to like, comment, and share. And anything you feel, put in the comment section. Thank you. God bless you. See you next time. Bye bye.